What's up, everybody? It's John Nabors from Inside Arkansas, and I just want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving from ours to yours, or whatever that saying is. But hey, it's Thanksgiving, right? And you got to talk about the things that you're always thankful for. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through all the things that I'm thankful for because none of you care literally about that at all. But what I am going to do is going to look back and kind of think and reflect on the Razorback events that happened on Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving, and why it's usually a very special holiday for Razorback fans, a memorable one. Not always, but sometimes. And I think back to things just as simple as what used to be and the great things of the Battle of the Golden Boot. I mean, can you really be a Razorback fan and not think of the Battle of the Golden Boot? Arkansas and LSU gearing off against each other at any point in time when you had a team on one end that was trying to win the SEC West and the team on the other end that was also trying to win the SEC West, but there were also other teams in the SEC West that were on probation, so you never really knew what to expect out of the games. It seemed like Arkansas wanted it more than them. You had incredible, epic matchups. Who could forget the Miracle on Markham Part 1?
Jones back in the shotgun, the line of scrimmage, the 31-yard line of LSU. There's the snap. Jones looking. Jones now throwing to the end zone, and it is complete! A touchdown! Oh, my! I can't believe it! 31 yards to DeCorey Birmingham in 2020. What a ball game. Come from behind to beat LSU 21-20. It is Atlanta bound, folks, with a Western Division championship for Houston Nutt and Arkansas.
Or the Miracle on Markham Part 2. And, of course, pour some sugar on me when you go to the Sugar Bowl.
I was there in 2010 when we didn't come to paint, but we came to pour some sugar on me. So Ryan Mallett.
Those were good times. Great times. The best of times. But as a kid growing up, I remember that something about that particular weekend where it was almost a routine. A routine as a child, you always know that certain days you go to school. Certain days you don't go to school. Certain days you go to church. Certain days you don't go to church. You're very routine-like. But the Thanksgiving weekend, for me at least growing up, was when I knew Thanksgiving, then the Battle of the Golden Boot. The next day. That's how it always was. And there were so many great matchups in games, and even in the games that Arkansas lost in this, there was still something special about it. It was a big deal. It was on CBS every single Black Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Back when Black Friday shopping was really a big thing, I remember how many people, when my mom or my dad would take me out to have to go shopping with them if we couldn't go to the game, have to see, and everybody with radios in their ears, or everywhere you went that there was a TV inside the mall at the Lane Bryant or wherever it was, the Razorback football game was always going to be on. It was something that was really special and unique, and it's something that I honestly really miss. But that was just one of many times and many games that you were able to enjoy between the ones I just mentioned. Ones that you got really hyped up for. Maybe necessarily didn't go the way you wanted them to, but still, games nonetheless that you were really excited about, really pumped up about, and ones that gave you a little bit more of coming togetherness, which is what Thanksgiving's all about, right? You may go to Thanksgiving feast and eat with your family, and everybody surrounding you. You either love each other or you go at each other's throats because you talked about the most recent election. Doesn't really matter. But what does matter, as Razorback fans in your Razorback family, you could always come together the day after Thanksgiving for that particular game. Now, Arkansas no longer plays LSU at the end of the season. In fact, they get Missouri. And this year, at least, the game's not on Black Friday. It's on Saturday. Just doesn't feel the same. I don't think it ever will. I don't know if Arkansas and LSU will ever end up playing again at the end of the season. Odds are they're not going to. It's just not going to be a thing. It is past. But the thing is it's not just about football. There's been a lot of great basketball games that have happened around a Thanksgiving holiday for Razorback fans. I mean, just look at a couple of years ago. I know everybody remembers that San Diego State game in the Maui Invitational. One of the most epic games ever, and the highlights of it tell the whole story. Arkansas was down big, but they were able to storm back, had some big performances, big late-game performances, of course, been playmaking by Trevin Brazil, by a Ricky Council, and, of course, the guy who does the whole nut-dropping thing, Kamani Johnson. I mean, the dude's electric. He's awesome. And with his putback right there to send it into overtime, and then Arkansas to get the victory in a crazy and epic fashion, it was intense. One of the most intense type of games that you'll ever see, especially early part of the season. And I think every Razorback fans was on the edge of their seat and felt like they were stepping on needles because they didn't know what to expect. And, of course, who could forget the end of the game, or after the game, I should say, where Eric Musselman threw the big L over there to the San Diego State fans. And apparently there was somebody that really wanted to fight Eric Musselman, so much so that they chased him to the locker room. He didn't get in. Nothing happened. But still, a lot of emotions ran hot over there in Maui. It's Thanksgiving. Everybody should be in a good mood. But it wasn't that case. Who could forget also when Arkansas played in the PK-80? I know a lot of you may or may not remember that, but the PK-80 up there in Oregon, of course, Phil Knight Invitational, some of the best and brightest teams always go out there. And Arkansas was able to take care of business against Oklahoma. And they were wearing those unique jerseys during that event, too, that honestly, I wish could make a comeback. But they probably won't. It'll probably be very basic. But still, Arkansas was able to get a victory, and that was just even a cool event just to be invited to. I mean, the PK-80, Phil Knight, the Nike Invitational, it was so cool and so big. You felt like you had finally arrived. Arkansas won a game up there, but still, it was an event that felt like there was a lot of prestige surrounding it. So I just brought up a few examples of it and brought up a few things that you can remember as Razorback fans. But what makes it so special is very few times can you have a particular holiday where people have days off, surrounded by food, surrounded by family and loved ones, and be able to have not only Razorback football, but Razorback basketball intertwined and having pretty epic events, maybe not every year, but pretty consistently throughout the years of a Razorback fan. That doesn't happen very often. And it's something that makes it very unique and special. And when I think back on Thanksgiving, that's something that as a Razorback fan growing up, I'm always going to remember. Those games, those moments, those times where I was with my family, those times where I was just hanging out and watching, surrounded on the TV and being able to see, is Arkansas going to win? A lot of times they disappointed me. But the holiday season and the Thanksgiving weekend never did. Consistency is something that we as human beings always enjoy and appreciate. And sometimes it's a lot easier said than done. Sometimes we think we have it, but we really don't. It just kind of goes all over the place. But the point that I'm trying to make in all of this, folks, is that it is a special time. It's a special time, whether you want to agree with it or not. And as Razorback fans, you've had a lot of times during the Thanksgiving weekend, reasons to be thankful, reasons to be happy, reasons to be disappointed. But either way, the emotion will always come out of you as a Razorback fan. And it just makes you think back to some of the most exciting moments. You know, when those Miracle on Markham Part 1 or 2s, or the Pour Some Sugar on Me, or that win against San Diego State and Maui, whatever it is that you remember watching, it accumulated with a great weekend. It's something that was just an added bonus to what is such a special holiday in Thanksgiving. Now, we could sit here and dive into all the creations and the origins of Thanksgiving, but the point is that as a Razorback fan, you have to be thankful. As human beings, we have to be thankful. So be thankful of the times that we remember as Razorback fans, the times that made it so much fun to hang out with each other, to go around with each other, and to watch some Razorback sports. And this weekend's going to be no different. I mean, today you have Arkansas and Illinois up in Kansas City. Here's hoping. And then Saturday you have Arkansas and Missouri. Here's hoping. I don't know if Arkansas is going to win both those games, neither of those games, maybe go 1-1. But either way, you're going to watch them. You're going to be excited about it. You're going to have some sort of emotion. But let's just hope the emotion that you have at the end of the day here on this Thanksgiving holiday is not only a great one because of victories, but a great one because of everything involved surrounding those victories. You with your family, a lot of great food, but also as a Razorback fan, being able to come together. Not very often it happens, but be able to come together and be excited about not only the holiday, but the future as well. It's John Nabors with Inside Arkansas. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. We appreciate each and every one of you making us a part of your daily routine when it comes to all Razorback content. So be sure to subscribe, be sure to like the video, and be sure to be really nice to us in the comments too. We always appreciate that. But until next time, folks, enjoy your holiday, eat a lot of food, and remember, Hogs by 90.